Hello, you're welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 5, Ola Hansen Lane. At Tessa not here in Accra. I am Charles Owusukumi. Coming up. President John Dramani Mahama announces resumption of stalled road projects following audit completion.
Eastern region. Yenim say a Ghana economy Eastern region esumbo pa. If we say we share ekujuma and mining ne nyoma bebre ekoso Eastern region. Na che say pass here che empuntua. E was Eastern region so e can chefa.
Also coming up, a new patriotic party broadens presidential primary voter base ahead of 2028 elections.
Enthusiasm of party people, the willingness to volunteer. People freely offered themselves to support the work we're doing. It gives me encouragement that the spirit is coming back and we should harvest the spirit to move the party forward in unison.
Later in the bulletin, heavy rainfall collapses bridge in Wa West, leaving many residents stranded.
This is a serious situation concerning our road following a downpour rain that occurred on the 12th. Yes, after the rain, we saw that our bridge has totally been washed off, and then the bridge, as you can see it from behind, it has collapsed completely. And this is not the only bridge that has collapsed. There are like 3 that are already collapsed.
And child marriages persist in Ewutu Senya East municipality in the central region, undermining girl-child education.
For Kaswa here, the common cases that we normally encounter is child marriage and sexual harassment especially from the stepfathers. Child marriage. Even last week Thursday, I was called to go and investigate a case, an alleged case of a child who is going to get married.
Thank you for your time. Let's begin with President John Dramani Mahama, because he has announced that contractors working on stalled road projects nationwide will soon return to site to complete the works. He explained that the Auditor General has concluded an audit into contracts awarded to road contractors under the previous administration. The President made the disclosure.
Program my friend the big push. Now big push no. Meaning say nananum bebre ekujuma and mining ne nyoma bebre ekoso Eastern region. Na che say pass here che empuntua. E was Eastern region so e can chefa. Construction of modern bridge over Afram River. Mo amunim Kwewu Afram Plains. Afram Ensiono every adoso echo Amanfrom. Yeah, bridge, said yeah, far pontoon entrance Eastern Regional Hospital, Yenuanumu MPP Shase, Nanano Meshamu Boy Tranja, Yabetwaso.
The president of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, Nene Sakite II, commended President Mahama for what he described as a promising start in the first 120 days of his administration. He urged the president to sustain the momentum to achieve lasting development and strengthen his legacy.
The first 120 days of your administration
and sustain the effort.
The fight against galamsey must be sustained and intensified. Mr. President, I often say that
agenda for Channel 1 TV, Neoli Amati Kanako, Kofaridia, for Channel 1 TV. Neoli Amati Kanako, Kofaridia, Jackson Park.
To NPP politics now, the party has approved a major expansion of its electoral college ahead of the 2028 general elections. The decision, made at the party's annual delegates conference on July 19, seeks to broaden participation in the presidential primaries by significantly increasing the number of eligible voters. The amendments adopted by delegates is aimed at deepening internal democracy and fostering a more inclusive selection process. There is more in the following report. The expanded Electoral College is expected to bring in a more diverse group of voices and institutional memory, increasing transparency and engagement as the party prepares for the 2028 elections. Per the amendment, the new Electoral College will include all former members of Parliament, all former parliamentary candidates, all former metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives, all card-bearing former ministers and deputy ministers, all former regional constituency and branch executives, all members of the National Council of Elders and National Council of Patrons, regional and constituency patrons and elders, and all TESCON coordinators. After the conference, chairperson of the New Patriotic Party branch in the United States was pleased with the outcome.
The amendments that we saw here was as a result of the review, the electoral review that we did, and the outcome of those reviews has culminated in the proposals that came today. And having passed the proposal, having been more inclusive enough, and having expanded the delegate system to include more people, especially former executives and things like that, we believe that that is something a lot of us have been fighting for over the years, that we should expand it, we should be more inclusive enough than being exclusive. And as a result of what has happened today, it's going to ginger the base, and then we are going to reorganize ourselves and come back strong.
Chairman of the Planning Committee, Joseph Oseusu, also shared his impressions of the conference with Channel One News.
The enthusiasm of party people, the willingness to volunteer. People freely offered themselves to support the work we're doing. It gives me encouragement that the spirit is coming back, and we should harvest the spirit to move the party forward in unison. Every one of us was dispirited after the election. Too many things had happened, and a lot of blame gaming discussion has been going on across the various media houses. But what I've seen in the last 2-3 days, enthusiasm which people freely just come in and give me something to do. I want to help in the preparation. It gives me confidence that we will recover.
Let's stay with the NPP conference. We're joined on the phone line by the National Youth Organizer for the party, Salam Mustafa. Commander, grateful to you for joining us here on the Channel One Newsroom. I'm sure that you're happy about the fact that the delegates rejected the amendment to peg the youthful age at 35.
Thank you very much, and I'm excited to join you. Indeed, I am very happy because I led the revolt against it, and I think I succeeded. So I'm very happy that it was torpedoed and that the youth wing remains as it is. And hopefully, though there are one or two other proposals that seek to, add impetus to the youth wing, which we will work with. So by and large, I think I'm very happy with the outcome of conference.
I also gathered sentiment that after the event, that largely the delegates were satisfied with what happened at the ground, especially because of the fact that you are now...
The amendments that have gone through truly the desire of party people, and something that the party time. The party will be the biggest beneficiary of the conference, looking at the kind of energy party people are going back home with the sole belief that justice has come, that what they wanted, party people have listened, and that the changes that we are making would help us in the next election in 2028. So it's a very good feeling to have for those of us in leadership, and I believe within the rank and file of the party. That is the feeling everybody has. The program was excessively successful. I mean, we didn't record any untoward incident. There was, friendship, camaraderie, and generally, you cannot, end by not acknowledging that indeed there was a true spirit, of commonness in the outcome of the conference.
Salam, we're also told that some flag bearer aspirants contributed funds for the organization of this conference. Did the party demand of them to pay these monies?
No. If we demanded, I'm sure it would have cut across a particular amount. But the flag bearer hopefuls donated out of their own, goodwill, towards the party, and we are grateful to them and their generosity in these hard times that we needed people to stand up for the party. They did, to ensure that we had a very successful conference, because these occasions are very huge, and you can tell very expensive, because to bring together over 5,000 people together, accommodation, feeding, transportation, that's certainly some cost. And the party finding itself in difficulty at the moment, and these flag bearer hopefuls coming on board to help with funding has really helped the party so much, and we are so grateful to all of them. His Excellency the former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, I know, contributed hugely towards the conference. So did Honorable Ken Kennedy Japan, Brian Champong, and many former government appointees as well. So it is something that we appreciate. The former Chief of Staff, the Honorable Madam Frema Opari Osei, a lot of people contributed in, making sure that conference was able to roll out and, for us to record the success story that we are sharing today. So we are very grateful to them. The party is extremely grateful, and that may God bless them abundantly, and we appreciate their support and continued support.
Does it help any person's flag bearer chances if they're able to donate more? And are you not worried that some people say that leadership in the NPP is increasingly becoming whose pocket is deeper?
No, not at all. The party runs, on the wheels of its members. So members pay dues, and the party is run from the dues, of the membership. So it cannot be that, and those of you who were on the ground, you could feel the intense energy of party people. And post that you hear commentaries of party people, how they think that the program went, and a certain renewed sense of purpose and hope in the party again. And clearly, now that conference is done, and clearly now that conference is done, and these motions have been ratified, to amendments. It kickstarts the process of reorganization in the party, which all party members are eager to see roll out, and as getting ready for 2028. So we are happy that members of the party stand up for it at any particular point in time, whether they are even party, whether they are flag bearer hopefuls or not. But even paying dues also contributes, to the well-being of the party. So we are grateful grateful to all, party people who contribute all the time to make the party, strong.
All right, I'm grateful to you, Salam. Salam Mustafa is the National Youth Organizer for the New Patriotic Party, speaking to us about the party's National Delegates Conference that happened yesterday at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Away from the Bangalore's Deplorable academic work at the municipality of the Ashanti region. According to the school's assistant headmistress, Francisca Ivy Ntiwa, these persistent challenges are discouraging teachers from accepting postings to the area. She is therefore appealing to the government to urgently intervene to improve teaching and learning conditions in the community. Channel 1 News' Ashanti regional correspondent Tawfiq Mohammed has more in the following report, read by Fatih Aminu Ibrahim.
Sunsuanso Emir Primary School, which serves children from surrounding communities, including Abankreja, continues to struggle with critical infrastructure deficits, chief among them being the absence of toilet facilities for both staff and pupils. Assistant Headmistress Francisca Ivy revealed that in the absence of proper washrooms, teachers and students often resort to using nearby bushes, an unsafe and unsanitary situation she described as deeply troubling. She further appealed for the construction of a junior high school block to ease the pressure on pupils who currently have to travel about 5 kilometers to Hweso after completing primary 6. The assistant headmistress also pointed to the lack of suitable accommodation as a major reason why teachers are reluctant to accept postings to the school. Most staff members endure long daily commutes due to the absence of teachers' quarters.
The school is not having JHS, so after class 6, they have to walk a long distance to Hweso before they get to JHS. And also, we don't have washrooms. It's very pathetic that whenever a teacher wants to urinate, you have to go to the bush, and sometimes you will meet the students too over there. And it's really, really worrisome.
On transportation and electricity, the assistant headmistress lamented that the poor state of the road network forces teachers to rely on tricycles, popularly known as aboboya, to reach the school. She added that the lack of electricity in the community further discourages educators from relocating to the area.
Our means of transport, in fact, it's really hectic. We use aboboya from Abenase to this place. We don't have lights here, so teachers don't stay here. We have a bungalow here. It's not well furnished, so we don't stay here. Always we come from Abenase and the other environments to the school. The road too is really poor. That is why cars don't want to come here. So it's just aboboya that has been coming here. So it's a worry to us because, in fact, most of the teachers, we are facing waist pains and all sort of things. When it rains, you'll be in aboboya and you'll be beaten by the rain.
She believes that resolving these issues would not only enhance teaching and learning, but also improve the image of the school and attract more qualified teachers to the community.
We are pleading on the government that she should come and see us through. In fact, our means of transport, if something can be done about the road for us, if they can even get us a car so that we will use it and go, because it's really worrisome. We are really trying our possible best because we've been coming to school throughout the week, and in fact, it is really affecting our health.
You are still watching the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still ahead. Heavy rainfall collapses bridge in Wa West, leaving many residents stranded. We have details coming up shortly. Please stay with us.
Drowning in deadlines, data running wild? Let's fix this together. Join the evolution, join the sharpest minds in HR at the HR Connect Conference 2025 on August 8 at the Marvin Peak Hotel, Accra, under the theme Empowering HR Excellence, Leveraging Data, Resilience, and Wellness for a Thriving Workplace. It's not just another conference, it's strategy, tech, wellness, and a few smart laughs too. Panels, keynotes, real talk, and real solutions. Let's lead, connect, and transform the way we work. For further inquiries and bookings, please call on 0541 222 365 to secure your seat. HR Connect Conference 2025. Lead, connect, transform.
Every day is packed with its own surprises. You never know which thrill is around the corner.
Feel good. Feel good.
Or how it will play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop?
Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Woo! Feels like a party tonight.
Running makes me mentally strong. It is my source of happiness. Whenever I feel bored, I go out there and run a few miles.
Register now for the ABSA Black Star Marathon, because your story matters.
No matter how far you run away, you always come back to where you started.
Tortured, mutilated, fingers cut off.
I can lend you the money. My boss believes in giving players another chance.
You don't know what to do if you don't have the money to pay back. Come and listen to me.
Sir, it's done. Good. 1 week, that is all you got to pay up.
You've been gambling.
Unfortunately, we're still chasing shadows. He's clearing the board to make way for something bigger.
How could you do this to us, God?
Who's there?
I can fix this.
Welcome back. This is the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Now, the collapse of several key bridges in the West district of the Upper West region has brought transportation and essential services to a standstill, leaving residents cut off along the Varimpere-Lassi route. Ziembo Anitus Dairy, assembly member for the Varimpere electoral area, voiced concern over the damage which he says was triggered by a heavy downpour on July 12, 2025. He explained that the affected stretch of road linking communities to the district capital, Wechau, is now virtually impassable, severely hindering movement and access to basic services. There's more in this report by Martina Massano Zabog.
Communities in the West district are grappling with major disruption after torrential rains on July 12 swept away multiple bridges, rendering key roads unusable. The damage has effectively cut off towns and villages, obstructing transport and limiting access to healthcare, education, and other vital services. Though temporary bypass have been introduced, they are proving unreliable, especially with forecasts of more rains. Assembly member Ziembo Anitus Dairy is calling for urgent government intervention to restore the road network and reconnect affected communities.
This is a serious situation concerning our road following a downpour rain that occurred on the 12th. Yes, after the rain, we saw that our bridge has totally been washed off, and then the bridge, as you can see it from behind, it has collapsed completely. And this is not the only bridge that has collapsed. There are like 3 that are already collapsed. So we are calling on anybody. We are calling on the government, starting from the ministry, to feed the road from Upper West, that they should come to our aid. The people are really suffering for the road. If you look at this road, it is one of the major roads, if I'm not mistaken without any statistics. This road is like 80% of the people that are entering West use this road.
District Chief Executive for West, Richard Wulo, acknowledged the seriousness of the situation. He said the Assembly has dispatched assessment teams and is collaborating with key departments to develop a swift and lasting response.
Last week, Saturday, we had some heavy downpour, and that led to the collapse of some culverts along that road. So currently, as we speak, from Varenpere to Viri, the road has been cut off due to the heavy downpour. When we got notice of the disaster over there, we rushed there. I quickly got in touch with the district works engineer and my coordinating director. So we linked up with the feeder roads. So they all came round there to assess the situation and assure us that every steps will be taken to ensure that the road is fixed immediately.
Frustrated motorists and farmers also raised alarm over the deteriorating road condition, warning that continued delay in repairs could cripple economic activities, especially agriculture in the area.
Sorry, I can't use a well. Kodor Konganda Nambaka, which are sort of a basuma. Bementemala de Waran and Chigan in Virida. Casor on basuma, Ka Amangapana Basasama sort. Pampana Tonu to Leola Bate Mampana Boracam Kunku government ka o de Betola our mala to sort of Anang Ability say Akuti. Katapuaboyala and Antidadi Bukat one a Geranum Bitora.
The roads before the bridge broken was very difficult to ply on. The whole road is a lot of potholes on the road. So, and recently, about a week ago, one of the bridges also broke down, which made it impossible for vehicles to pass. Where the diversion is an artificial or let's say a temporal diversion that is not constructed well. So passing there itself is very difficult. If the car is a heavy truck, you can't pass there unless you pass another route which is very far from getting to the other communities.
Tesoro na te hianya ka gwamnati wa malukuti onda bai nganga gwacha uye tuwala akuti letin na mai agawe ka seonpe nganga ya nganga ngwa panatu tuwala biet enga yagaja ajunte sohanga varin ka gwamnati wa sonta ya son adulumbe.
Varenpere is the shortest route to Wichau, the district capital, but the road is in a deplorable state and their bridge is broken. Residents and commuters are appealing to the government to fix the broken bridge and fix their road. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Masono Martina, Varenpere.
Now to the Volta region, where a surge in criminal activity across the central and southern districts of that region is raising alarm among residents and business operators. Now, recent incidents, including armed robberies and a suspected ritual killing, have sparked
and insecurity. Armed robberies, violent assaults, and the recent discovery of a suspected ritual killing have shaken the public and disrupted local business activity. Motorcycle riders, popularly known as Okada operators, have become frequent targets of attacks in recent weeks, sparking anxiety within the transport sector.
Some actually survived, some others joined the line of silence due to these crimes in Sogakopo. 3 days intervals, every day they have been saying something, killing people. We don't know what is wrong.
Olava adabimienti don't know what chomi be nya yi ale dawa de tulemejilo alo wakohe atomilo alo wakohama aposite na mi police we na wako moto akoko jue.
The police are also doing their part, but we want to aid them as a youth in this community our district that we should continue to do more.
Some local businessmen and assembly members in South Tonu told Channel 1 News that the deteriorating security situation is deterring new investors and forcing current business owners to reconsider their operations.
They are not like this, but now every day, either they attack motor rider or businessman or let's say business, if either they attack them, containers, there are some broke in and then took everything away. The problem is now Swakopa is developing. We have strangers in the town, so anybody at all can come. Sometimes people will come from another town. I mean, they'll be here, do anything they like, and then they go.
In a particularly chilling incident in July, skeletal remains believed to belong to 28-year-old Nelson Anyana were discovered buried in a shrine at Malfunctioning in the Central Town District. The young man, who had been missing for weeks, was allegedly killed for ritual purposes. 6 suspects have since been arrested as police pursue further investigation. Earlier this year in March, 27-year-old herdsman Musa Yusuf was attacked in his home by unidentified assailants as Hevitwe near Mafi Aplavenu. The motive remains unclear. Central Town District Chief Executive Mr. Doji Addison Monui condemned the attack in an interview with Channel 1 News, describing it as barbaric and unacceptable. He added that steps are being taken to regulate traditional religious practices and reassure residents and investors that the area remains safe overall.
The police continued with their investigation, and it led to the belief that some bodies were used to erect some shrine. It is a barbaric act that occurred. We as leaders of the district were not happy. Act that Central Town, we are peaceful. It is only these individuals that came in to tarnish the good reputation of the district.
Meanwhile, the Volta Regional Police Command says it has ramped up investigations and stepped up patrols in identified hotspots.
The command is not sleeping. The command regrets some of these things happening. So the immediate step the command has taken is to intensify the night patrol in these 2 districts, that is our corporate division. We also realized that, the command also realized that they have some sort of human resource constraint. So the command is supporting with human resource personnel from the operational units and then intelligence units with logistics. The command would like the public, especially the people of these 2 districts, to help us to achieve is to make sure that they partner with the police. If you look at the economic aspect of that will be affected, is where investors who are interested in coming to the area because of some of these crimes, they will not be ready to come and invest their hard-earned money.
While many residents have welcomed the increased police presence, others insist that more needs to be done to address underlying issues that facilitate crime.
We can again attribute this to the fact that our town roads are not well marked and they are not constructed. So even though you see police in the evening on the main street, they are not able to penetrate into the settlement areas. That could be a factor. And because these roads are equally not marked, we don't have street lights. So in the night the community is dark. Our town roads should be marked, our town roads should be constructed, and street lights mounted all over them. This will be to a large extent. This will also make it possible for police and security to patrol the community in the night.
Despite efforts by police to clamp down on criminal activities in the central and southern district of the Volta region, residents still say they want more to be done in their communities, especially the construction of roads and also fixing of street lights to prevent such activities. Reporting for Channel 1 is from Adoma in the Central Town District of the Volta region. My name is Desmond.
Now, Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman has called for a robust system to combat the growing threats of money laundering, terrorism, and weapon financing in West Africa. She highlights the severe consequences of illicit financial flows and other criminal activities in regions with weak institutional security frameworks. According to her, there is a need for a more inclusive approach to address these concerns. On speaking at the second extraordinary intergovernmental action group against money laundering in West Africa, Professor Opoku-Agyeman stressed the need for a coordinated and capable security architecture within ECOWAS to effectively respond to and deter transnational threats.
Discussions about the role and status of Alliance of Sahel states within the group raises further questions about protecting the entire region, closing gaps in intelligence and enforcement, and balancing standards with solidarity. These are not simple questions, but they are worth tackling in the spirit of regional unity and resilience.
Now, this is still the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still to come. Child marriages persist in Owutu-Senya East Municipality of the Central Region, undermining girl-child education. We'll be back in a bit. Please stay with us.
Every journey begins with a single step. Not always easy, not always certain, but always yours. In every heartbeat there's a story of struggle, of courage, of purpose. And on this road, every story finds its voice.
I run because I believe I'm born to win.
I run because it keeps me fit and gorgeous.
It's not just about the finish line. It's about what drives you to start and energizes you to keep going against all odds. The battles no one sees and the pain no one feels. The triumphs only you understand. And when the road gets hard, always remember, if it is to be, it is up to me. It's your moment, your legacy, and your glory. Register now for the ABSA Black Star Marathon, because your story matters.
Every day is packed with its own surprises. You never know which thrill is around the corner.
Feel good. Feel good.
Or how it will play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop? Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Feels like a party tonight.
Sister, me dad, dear, but she be an amiam, she be. I could eat that. Me many tears, some of them in Sakana, say, you made us to take it. Sika, sit there to the moon. Did you see a moon? Baggy the Hodia, never be free. So, what you say bag number? One number to show. Wow.
Says I'm in your conformity, Banana Solio.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm your rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Thank you for staying with us. Let's now head to the Central Region, where child marriage continues to be a major violation of children's rights in the Owutu-Senya East Municipality. Despite ongoing interventions by authorities, the practice is severely disrupting the education of young girls, prompting renewed calls for more aggressive measures to combat the issue. Central Regional correspondent Akosiado has the details.
Many cases of child marriage go unreported at the onset, often only coming to light when teachers investigate the prolonged absence of female students from school. The Girl Child Education Unit of the Otusenya East Municipality has over the years undertaken awareness campaigns and collaborated with the police to address numerous cases. However, the problem persists, continuing to undermine the educational prospects and well-being of affected girls.
For Kaswa here, the common cases that we normally encounter is child marriage and sexual harassment especially from the stepfathers. Child marriage. Even last week Thursday, I was called to go and investigate a case, an alleged case of a child who is going to get married. So that one is very rampant in Kaswa, child marriage. And domestic violence too, it's also the same.
The Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit DOVSU of the Central East Regional Police Command reports that cases of child marriage, along with other domestic abuse issues such as child neglect and failure to provide maintenance by fathers, remain prevalent in the Kaswa area. In response, DOVSU has initiated a 30-day intensive campaign aimed at raising awareness and encouraging community members to report such abuses.
Everybody should come out. They should not be afraid because good things happen at DOVSU. People must stand up, people must speak up, and people must support each other. If we are able to stand up and support each other, the rate at which domestic violence issues are reported or are perpetrated on poor victims will be reduced. We are promoting stand up and speak up and support in the sense that we feel everybody must be involved.
Central East Regional Police Commander ACP Francis Ncho reaffirmed the police's commitment to safeguarding the rights of vulnerable persons. He also warned parents and guardians against shielding family members who commit sexual abuse against children, a recurring issue in the municipality.
I am pleased that with this group we've even been able to add school children, most of whom also go through the abuses at home. And it is just a way for the administration to let the public know that these things have gone on for a very long time. When we look at the number of cases that we take, compared to what actually happens within the communities, we know for sure that a lot are not reported. And most of these unreported cases are either out of ignorance or out of fear. And so this program is just to boost the confidence of the public to know that they can do that, they can report and get the support to be able to fight the abuses.
From silence to strength, speak, stand up, support. This is the theme for the 30-day activism against domestic violence, which is prevalent here in the Otusenya East Municipality. For Channel 1 News, I am Akwesi Ado, Kaswa Central Region.
Now, back in Accra, traditional authorities in Osu Blogodo, a suburb of Osu in the Greater Accra region, are appealing to the police to step up security around the Bryant Brown family house following a violent attack on the night of July 17, 2025. The incident left several people injured, including innocent bystanders. According to Edmund Winston Brown, the acting head of the Brown family, the violence was sparked by a dispute over ownership of the property and the unauthorized installation of an Asafwate Jahine. He is calling on the police to deploy officers to the area to prevent further violence and ensure the safety of residents.
The conflict is two. It's about the acquisition of the house and then the installation of Asafache. On Thursday night, when I was at the police station, I had 3 people. But yesterday, 2 were added to it. But as a matter of fact, I have not seen it. It is maybe after today, before we find time to go and look out for those who are getting themselves injured. They stormed this house. Some guys climbed the building, and they were walking on the roof, destroying some people's roofs. Here, we have complained to the police. They are waiting that when there is any commotion, then they will come in. A dialogue with them. That they should keep men on the ground to stop any action from the other side. In the presence of the police, I don't think anything will happen today. The police are also mapping their strategy as to how to combat what is happening.
The residents of Damango, the capital of the Savannah region, are raising concerns over non-functional streetlights along major roads in the township. Traders, commuters, and transport operators say the persistent darkness at night is affecting their daily activities and posing safety risks.
In interviews with Channel 1 News, residents expressed worry over the situation, citing frequent road accidents and growing insecurity due to the lack of street lighting.
Every evening after 7 o'clock evening news, I always decide to take a walk just to stress myself, because within the week I do a lot of work at the office level. So whenever I come out from the roadside and I try walking, I see that the place is not safe. All the street lights are totally off. Even single one you cannot see. I started walking far at Flemish, just closer to the district assembly. You will not even see even a single street light on. So I'm just appealing to the general public, most especially the duty bearers, our municipal assembly. Now we have MCE, we have MP, we have other stakeholders. So they should do their possible best so that these street lights can be fixed. Other than that, reptiles like snake and other things can easily bite you.
Some traders shared their frustrations, revealing that after several unfulfilled promises by authorities, they were forced to contribute and purchase a street light bulb. The bulb has since been mounted on a tree to illuminate their area at night and support their businesses.
Ga jande anya kola anya ya ujipurana kana na anchin kete temburi anya bi faso na anyi sana ya to bi bu numu ma ya to ni bi nko so nke na anyi ma ade na sonsanyi ade na nko keni afanyi ma so kabra ade na bare kemene keni anya ka tinara anya ma kama anyi ma nton wora ade na binyi bu numu na nyiwu ne bi aton woron sanyi amsana ambe kole anya ya ujipura na anya chena patana afaso kobona ba mu butu sanyi na anya kwala benye ga binwu anya ko war anya tutu na alebinyi anya nuya na alebinyi biye nya anya mukiji mukogo biye nya anya medespa binjande bi ko so wura de na sanyi na nya tankeni anfanyi maso ntankeni anya gba ma yale anya kwalla.
Douglas Ewutoma, a local driver, appealed to authorities for agent intervention. He noted that drivers now hesitate to operate at night, even when there are passengers, for the fear of accidents and attacks in poor light areas.
Right now, you can see there are passengers who want to travel from Damango to Tamale, but because the street lights are not there, most of the drivers are here, but they are not willing to go, because anything at all can happen. And this time, the spare parts is very high. They've not reduced prices of spare parts, so drivers are worried.
Inusa Karim, assembly member for Etribito Abingakura electoral area, said he continues to engage the municipal chief executive and other relevant stakeholders to resolve the issue. He emphasized the need for immediate action to restore functional street lighting across Damango.
For the past months now, my electoral area is so dark, and I've been following the current MC for the municipality to actually do something in that regard in fixing those street lights, because without lights, movement in the night is very difficult. Even people's items being stolen from people and all of that.
Commuters and traders in Damango are complaining of the lack of malfunctioning street lights, which have really affected